And I gotta say, this actually feels really good. Just having something to come home and chill to. It's like my ritual. I get a hot beverage, like tea, and just like open up a new chapter of Beast Complex and just turn on some good music and just vibe. Like, I don't know, man. When the world is just too much, this is like a safe space. It's my happy place. Just zen. So I'm excited to get into it. We covered the first two chapters of Beast Complex, so tonight we're gonna be covering chapter 3. So let's just get into it. Grab yourself a drink and just kick back and relax. All right, so let's go. Let's see, where are we? Unfamiliar? Okay. I'll be leaving now. Yeah, good work today. See you tomorrow. So, we're following this, what's this thing called? It's a striped horse. My goodness. I'm forgetting what this thing is called. It'll come back to me later. One must be cautious of the chasms hidden in the world. Cafe. Works at a cafe. I wonder if she's a student. Part-time? Or full-time. Something like that. Oh, wait a minute. Is it nighttime? Okay, that's what's being implied here. It's nighttime because of the shadows that are being cast and the street lamps are on, so that's not good. Because she's walking in the dark alone. And from what we saw in the Beastars the original series, what you call it? Herbivores are just, well, they're prey animals, right? And they're most vulnerable at night, which is why they made a big deal about which is why they made a big deal about the lights going out. Excuse my stutter, and I just started. I gotta hit my stride. Let's see. Okay, so there's something in the dark. And it's a tiger. I think it's a tiger. Oh wow. Already, just as quick as that. Okay. Oh shit. It's a devourer. Okay, so there are other people that saw that, or no? Not people, animals, other animals. Gotta make that distinction. Any carnivores here? Hold them down. Okay, so he did that in broad. Well, he did that at night where he was seen. And that sucks because she's just minding her own business. And it happens just as quick as that. Wow. This is like what we didn't see in the original series. We heard about these devourings happening, right? So it was like always like, a looming thought in our mind. But here it's like we actually get to see it happen and how fast it can happen, which puts into context like the life that Haru had to live. This was a big animal, right? Where you'd imagine it'd be more of a fight, I suppose. But with Haru, she's just done. If anyone decided to like sneeze in her direction, she's just dead. In Woods Avenue, it's in Woods Avenue and 2nd Street, a female zebra was on her way to work when a male tiger bit her shoulder. She later died in the hospital from blood loss. Carnivores, let's see, murder. Come on, stop stuttering. Murders of carnivorous nature are referred to as devouring incidents. And this is the 3rd one this week. I wonder if there's some like overlap with the main series, like maybe this is the 3rd one this week. Okay. So welcome to Beast Complex Chapter 3, The Camel and the Wolf. It wasn't an incident nor an accident, it was love. What this rookie mangaka wishes most is for you, the reader, to enjoy yourself. Thank you, Haru. the... Okay, so I thought this was Juno. Is it Juno? Did Juno find love after Louis with that camel? So I guess this is their chapter. Let's see if it is Juno. I can't find my glasses. The deadline is tomorrow. I'd better finish this fast. I've been a journalist for 13 years now, and I've decided that this article I'm working on will be my last. After I've submitted my article to my manager, I'm going to send him my letter of resignation. Why? 13 years he's been a journalist. So why does he want to leave his job all of a sudden? Well, why would anyone want to leave a job? He's been at it for 13 years, so maybe... boredom? Maybe he's bored. No job satisfaction? Maybe he wants to go to better things? I don't know. He said resign, not get a new job, so... those are just my guesses. Yes, this report could be better. These days, it's common sense for a camel to write antagonizing articles about carnivores. But that's not the type of work I want to deal with. Common sense for a camel. So how long has he been? 13 years, right? But the thing is, I've been dealing with this job for 13 years, and I've definitely had enough. Okay. It's repetitive, like reporting on the same thing for like what? How do newspapers make their money? Like, well, by whoever buys the paper, right? Like views, even if it's like on online article or whatever. Clicks, views, stuff like that. So I understand why he'd be like burned out. Doing the same thing over and over and over again for 13 years, that's monotonous. And I'd imagine it'd be draining too. Like if he's just reporting on whatchamacallit, devourings like day after day. That sucks. Throughout all the time I've been writing about articles about herbivore murders, I've never thought about how a carnivore would react to reading them. Can I sit in your table? There are no other tables available. Interesting. So during all that time, he just never gave it a second thought. But hey, I always say it's better late than never, because at least he has like the presence of mind to be thinking about that now, you know? And that means it's not too late for someone to change, especially coming from an herbivore, you know? Because we've seen the carnivore side of things, like through Legacy and Bill and Alba and the rest of them. But it's good to get perspective from an herbivore. Not all of them are just like indifferent, because in their society they are privileged. Most definitely, society favors herbivores over the carnivores. So the female wolf has appeared. Is it Juno? The color, her color makes me think Juno, but maybe, I don't know, an older Juno or younger. I don't know how this series is it after the main series, or is it before the main series, or is it just at different time points? I'm not sure yet, but this might not even be true, because Juno has like, maybe it's just a first draft Juno, I don't know, because we saw Legacy in like the first chapter, or at least I think that was Legacy. I was at a loss for words. She was a beautiful wolf, her fur as white as snow. Oh wait, her fur is white. Here it's like pinkish, so that's not Juno then. See? Oops. Okay, so that's not Juno. Oh, go ahead. Go right ahead. I can find somewhere else to go. No, you're fine. You're in the middle of work, aren't you? Continue. Are you okay with that? Sure, I only came here to drink a cup of coffee. Is God testing me? I mean, seriously, a wolf comes to me when I'm writing this article? Why are carnivores made to devour? Wow, that title. Why are carnivores made to devour? Are you a writer? Uh, huh? You look like one at least. No, I'm a journalist. I'm in charge of local news section of Safari Times. I like the title of your newspaper. Oh, they're a famous bunch. I haven't read any newspapers from Safari Times, but I hear a lot of good things about them. Nah, they're just well known. Why are carnivores made to eat meat? This is my last article. Oof, and that's his title? With these questions and all that? Huh. My 13-year career has led me to this point. I don't think I'll ever get this kind of chance again. I'm supposed to collect data from my article. Can I ask you a question? Okay. So, I'm wondering if he's had any interactions with carnivores at all. He's been at this job for 13 years, so... Because we have to remember, at least in the... Well, it's a shared universe, so I'll just say, in their universe, like... A big theme of the series is about, like, first impressions, right? And first impressions... I'm stuttering. First impressions based off of prejudice and whatnot. I don't know if I butchered what I was trying to say. I'm trying to get it, but I'm wondering if he's... What I'm trying to say is, I'm wondering if this is his first time ever sitting down and actually talking to a carnivore about, well, based off the questions in these articles, why they are the way they are, you know? Because don't get me wrong, they can't like help be what they are, you know? They're born carnivores. They have no say in the matter. But the fact that he's asking these questions, I don't know. Have you ever felt the urge to devour a herbivore? That's a very strong question to ask in a public setting. I don't think she would just answer that straight away. I wouldn't in a public setting like this where everyone can just hear. That would just cause problems for her, but we'll see. Oh, she's mad. Slams her coffee down. She's leaving. Okay. I'm sorry. Please wait. That was a stupid question. I'm sorry. This is my last article. It's surely none of your business, but I want your help. It's surely none of your business, but I want your help. She stops. That's an awfully crude topic for your last article, don't you think? Sorry about that. When you hurt a woman, you need to always make it up to her. Are you free tonight, Mr. Careless Journalist? Oh. Oh, geez. So this chapter opened up with the devouring, so I'm wondering if she's just gonna eat them. I'm wondering if that's what's gonna happen. But knowing what I know, because I'm thinking back to Juno, she said, let's see, what? I've read these notes in forever, but my mind's going back to Juno for some reason. Because it's pretty much like it's pretty much been stated. I guess it's been stated. I'm trying to remember that the females are less aggressive than the males in their species, right? Like Legacy struggled immensely to deal with his predatory instincts for a number of reasons, right? But Juno, on the other hand, she was more, I guess, in tune with her. Well, she didn't have all of Legacy's issues. Come to think of it, we don't really know Juno that well now that I think about it. But well, something that struck me was when she went to Legacy for help because she realized that she was falling in love with Louis, and she was like, but my body's gaining weight because subconsciously I want to eat Louis. So she's kind of like, was mixing up her like her predatory desire to eat him with her actual love for him. So that was just something that I found interesting. And I wonder if she ever like made that distinction of what it was. Did she really want to eat him, or did she really love him? Those are questions that I wish got explored more in the main series, but if you finish the main series, if you know, you know. So let's see. Free tonight. It's strange, but this is how a camel and a wolf ended up dating for a night. It said for a night. Her name is Abby, an enchanting female wolf who is just as mature as she is childish. What really stood out to me were her beautiful black eyes, for they contrasted with my perception of carnivores. Maybe this is her way of giving me data for my article. So his perception of carnivores was just that they're like incapable of being beautiful, that they're scary. It's amazing how they can go 13 years. Well, actually, that's not out of the question, because in the previous chapter, chapter 2, we found out that carnivores and herbivores get separated around age 10, because that's around the time when they start undergoing like the growth spurts and all that, and changes like in the puberty and stuff. So, thinking back to that, it's understandable. Hey, tell me more about you. What's your name? My name is Gollum. Gollum? Or Galum? Galum? I'll just call him Galum. That sounds delicious. I think that's sarcasm. I think she's teasing him. Really? Yes, it sounds very sweet. I found that I enjoyed myself a lot more when I didn't try to assume any hidden meanings behind her comments. Wait a second. Okay, so that was definitely a red flag for me, but he's just taking it at face value, right? Like there are no undertones. For all we know, there might be. This is power writing this series, so never know, we'll see. What? Didn't she basically call you tasty? Who are these people? Oh, he's telling the story? Okay. Okay, so she didn't eat him? This was 10 years ago. I didn't know her well enough to where I could know what she meant. Here's your gyoza. Ah, delicious, huh? Well, I'd probably rather be told that my name sounds delicious rather than be unappetizing. But I don't know about a wolf telling me that. Where are they? I like little stuff like this, even them just going out to have something, to get something to eat. That's really cool. I love when I see that in like manga and anime and stuff. Just the simple act of like having a spot that you go to get some food. That's what made Naruto really cool to me. Just like the Ichiraku ramen spot that he always went to. So what happened next in your date? Was it going well? Well, later I treated her to some pancakes because she wanted to eat something sweet. I find dessert to be most enjoyable during the night. Really? Why is that? It gives me an immoral thrill. It tastes better to me knowing how bad it is for my body. Oh, so she lives dangerously. Even camels won't eat vegetables every single day of the week, but if you neglect your vegetables, they'll be poison for you. And I like how she calls pancakes a dessert. Thank you. Pancakes are not breakfast. Americans eat them for breakfast, but they're not breakfast. I mean, they're served for breakfast, but they're dessert. Like, even me, I prefer to have pancakes, like, not in the morning, like, maybe as a dessert, if I feel like making them. But, yeah, they're definitely a dessert. And one thing I missed, Because I was looking over here. I was looking at his hand right here. Was that... That's a glove. Was it gloved this entire time? What about his other hand? That's from the past? Let me look at his hands again. Is it this one that's his left hand that's gloved, right? Yeah, that's his left hand. I can't get a good look at his right hand. That's his right hand, okay. And that's his left hand. So in the future, is it this one? Is it his right hand or is it his left hand? Is it this hand or is it this hand? I'm trying to get a good look at that. Whoops. It's definitely the left hand, right here. All this talk about eating them, I can only imagine. Okay, so let's see. Enjoyment needs to be limited. Our date only lasts till tonight, and I'm certain that I like you. She's showing me her large fangs. I enjoyed my food. Actually, so just okay, so I see what's going on here. So just how she gets a thrill from, you know, eating something at night, eating pancakes at night because they're bad for her. He's getting a thrill out of just, well, he's exploring unknown territory, right? I'd imagine his first interaction with the female carnivore, you know, in a setting like this, he's getting a thrill out of it too, right? Like, it's one of those things where it could totally end bad for this guy, but we know now that he actually lives. Like, nothing, I don't think anything happens. This might just be like, I don't know how to describe it. Because he's totally fine, because he's talking to his friends here. He's telling them the story in the future. So I'm wondering what he gets out of this interaction now. Alright. I enjoyed my food. Do you need to wake up early tomorrow? I needed to send in my letter of resignation tomorrow. I think I can afford to be late to work. Okay. So the night's not ending yet. Oh? Okay, they're gonna... Hey, Gallum. I want to eat you. Oh, well, she's forward, isn't she? I'm sorry. So what's going on here? Because we know Gallum lives, right? He's fine. You want to eat me? Yeah, I would never kill you. I've never thought about eating an herbivore before. This is the first time I've ever felt this way. This isn't a desire for meat. Believe me, we carnivores aren't like that. I want you. You can have me. I'm an uninteresting dromedary. That's a big word, man. Come on. Put my glasses on. In a sense, it was the most dramatic and radiant night I've ever experienced. So he just like that, he just offers himself to her. Like, she wants to eat him, but she doesn't want to kill him. I like that she made that distinction, because we've seen it before, like with Juno, and even Legacy, right? He was confusing like his instinct to like eat Haru with his love for Haru, and that kind of gets like crisscrossed. So especially for teenagers, they have a tough time making that distinction of what they're feeling, because remember, carnivores in this society constantly oppressed, just near constantly, so it makes sense that they wouldn't be able to make sense of these feelings. So let's see. I want you to do it to a part of my body that I rarely use. Alright, which hand do you normally use? My right hand. Then I'll take your left. Okay, so that came full circle. So his glove was on the left hand. So she ate his left hand? This one. Okay. Wow, I can feel your heartbeat. You're such an amazing camel. I think I love you. So you're gonna eat me while you love me? It's strange, isn't it? So they're gonna have sex and she's gonna eat him while they're having sex? I hope these are the only fingers she takes. Oof. The only appendages, let's see. Huh? So she ate you? She sure did. Keep your voice down. In a hotel? She made sure we had tissues and towels in our room. Oh, what did she... I don't know what her intentions were. When she was done eating most of my hands, she put an engagement ring on one of my remaining fingers. So, she was a clever female in more ways than one. So he takes off the glove and he has an engagement ring on one of his fingers. So he just showed his friends just the nub of what's left from his palm then. Interesting. But Senpai, you didn't reject her advances, right? Why did you accept her without any hesitation? Well, I could have adhered to my primitive instincts and rejected her, but at that point I was already bewitched by her. It's the charm of a canine. We saw it with Juno and we've seen it with Louis. If it wasn't for that night, I probably wouldn't have continued to be a journalist. So he kept his job. Oh, well, look at the time. I'm heading back to the company. Good work today. Here's the money for my food. I won't eat it. Thanks for taking us here. See you later. That's right, I'm sure I wouldn't have continued this job. You left me a mission that I have yet to fulfill. So is he home or... No. He's back in his office because this is like a cubicle, it looks like, even though it's dark. So their relationship didn't last. You face me with your instincts filled with love and sadness. It's okay. You face me with your instincts filled with love and sadness. It's okay, I will continue to write articles with our night together in mind. What is gained and lost fills a heart with tender life. So, man, that's a very bittersweet chapter. So they're not together anymore. So it was just most definitely, it was just a one-night thing, right? But man, why didn't they last? Well, actually, no. Thinking about that, I already know the answer. So even because it's been shown in this series that some love isn't enough without the effort to be put in, because if they had continued, we probably would have had a devouring happen. He would have probably been devoured, or B, we would have had another melon incident as a worst case scenario. There's just so many reasons why it couldn't have worked. He said he's been at that job for 15 years too, so I'm just trying to think. I don't know, it's just really bittersweet, but at least he got that perspective that he needed to continue doing what he's doing. But I'd say for the betterment of society, right? Because before, his articles had his approach to articles were very uninformed. He didn't understand carnivores on a fundamental level, because he doesn't know what we know. They can't help being what they are, right? And just because they have the desire to eat meat doesn't mean they have the innate desire to want to kill you. That's just in their being. But I'm glad he got to experience that. So Man, chapter's very bittersweet. And he got to learn that lesson at the cost of, I'd imagine, 3 fingers, 4 fingers. Yeah. And a night to remember, you know? So all these so far I'm seeing a pattern here. Each chapter of these is just showing, you know, animals in their society and their lack of something, their lack of a connection with others, you know, their lack of a connection, their lack of perspective, and a bunch of other stuff. So I don't know. Beast Complex hits different. But this has been chapter 3. I'll catch you during chapter 4. Bye now.